Heroes are born, not made. Confident, courageous, and inspiring. They are cut from a different cloth, made from a different mold, armed with great strength and ability, destined to become legends, ready to accomplish the extraordinary and to conquer any challenge.
It's quiet and peaceful in southern Poland, but that's all about to change. Dusty forest trails, not far from the picturesque city of Krakow, will soon be home to a hurricane of hard enduro heroics. We're here for another competition that's new to the FIM Hard Enduro World Championship. It's the sensational second edition of Hero Challenge.
Saturday morning we're going to have a qualifying run around a slightly smaller lap than what we're going to race on Sunday, but you're going to do 2 runs. The best one's going to count as your qualifying time.
The top 27 goes to the evening qualifiers, which is a SuperEnduro knockout race that gets you a position at the start for Sunday.
Sunday main event, we will race for 3 hours.
So there's 2 motocross tracks, 1 hard pack, 1 sand, and then there's a lot of woods and a lot of man-made rock gardens and logs and stuff like that. So it's a kind of enduro crossy, but really fast.
I think it's going to be such a fast race. I've walked already the track. There's definitely way more riders who can be pedaling up in the front.
The roster of top riders are amped up heading into the series home stretch. So far this season has been dominated by 2 athletes, Manuel Lettenbichler and Billy Bolt. Lettenbichler has landed on every single podium, but Bolt has more wins. Taking first place at Red Bull TKO put the Brit just 1 point behind the German, and both have a decent lead on the rest of the field. Wade Young, Mario Roman, and Johnny Walker in 3rd, 4th, and 5th, respectively, have serious work to do if they want to challenge for top FIM points this season.
It's going to be really fast, especially in a 2-stroke.
Coming off an injury and sitting in 6th overall, Tadej Bledzuciak is looking to make his mark on home soil.
I've been off the bike since TKO, so I've done 1 day on the bike yesterday to test the bike here in Poland. It's always cool, to come back here. I would love to be, 100%, fit, but I'm going to try and give it everything that I have.
Now let's check in with race reporter Paul Bolton for a taste of what the Hard Enduro heroes have in store at Hero Challenge.
Round the first turn. Just been watered, so there might be some little slippy patches. There he is, the world famous Matt. Matt Green. Couple of doubles now. There we go. Choppy rollers, wow. Definitely didn't want to go through that big puddle. Back into tight, twisty stuff. Now we're into field. Looks like we've got some boys out. Oh, Travers! Now we're into probably the hardest part. As in not impossible, mega tricky. Use a lot of energy. Oh yeah, like that. And just like that, you put your front wheel in a hole. And now we're going back down. Then we're into the rock section. I can tell you something, guys, this rock section is pretty brutal. And that is a lap. Hope you enjoyed it. So what we've got here in Poland is a fast motocross track. Some parts are deep sand, the other parts are hard pack. so going to be quite hard to find a good suspension setup. And then in the forest, tight, twisty single trail, some uphills that aren't so tricky, but they could get some traffic. And then in there's some big long rock sections. Pace of the race is going to be high, and it's going to be very physical because they're going to be flipping from high speed to low speed technical stuff.
Riders hang with the fans as organizers attempt to reduce the dust on the track. The party's about to get started with some fun, fast racing in the day one morning prologue, where the boys leave in 10-second intervals and have 2 chances to get the best time.
I feel like we haven't raced for so long, so I'm super excited to get going today. I feel like the last few weeks for me has been really good training-wise, so yeah, I'm excited. The track looks good and can't wait to get going.
Leading the pack, which is hopefully pretty good with the dust, but it's only 10 seconds and I have Billy behind me and he's definitely pretty good in stuff like this.
In lap 1, Manny Lettenbichler and Billy Bolt are the first to kick up some dust on the Enduro Cross course.
Looks like Billy might have closed a little bit of time on Manny. Double doubles. Looks like Billy's doing double doubles as well. Into the dust we go. Hard left. Proper big bumps now.
Manny maneuvers slowly through the rocks as Billy Bolt blows right by him. Further back, Johnny Walker slides through the sand.
Johnny closing the gap.
And airborne over the obstacles, it's Wade Young. While local hero, Polish pro Dominik Ozlowski is holding his own against the Hard Enduro heavyweights. But it's Billy Bolt sending it through the finish with a whip and the best time in lap 1, followed by Walker, Young, Ozlowski, and Lettenbichler. Time to take it up a notch. In lap 2, all the riders are going full gas for a better result. Lettenbichler is flashing fast. Young is looking spry, and Bolt's got that lightning quick speed. But it's home turf titan Dominik Ozlowski pinning it with the best time of the morning. Followed by Bolt, Young, Lettenbichler, and Walker.
Yeah, I feel good. I was surprised how rough the track got, to be honest. And you know, there's a hobby race going on tomorrow morning before we go out there, so I think it's going to be a long, hard 3 hours. The track's not too difficult from a technical point of view, but I think it's going to be a physical 3 hours, that's for sure.
As the sun goes down, 27 riders get ready for the super final. This is a knockout-style competition. It starts with 9 races with 2 to 3 riders per race. In each one, the last competitor gets eliminated. The pack gets whittled away until we're left with 4 riders who will fight it out for the finish.
Pack is nice, huh? Good night driving. Look at all the people. Guys, check this out. Look at all the people.
Surrounded by a sea of exhilarated spectators, under a flood of disco lights, the first 2 riders launch in. Poland's Dominik Ozlowski and Finnish rider Antti Hanainen. Ozlowski is first into the rock garden and the first to enter an abandoned factory. Emerging from the darkness is the Polish pro. And despite stumbling in the last stretch, he still wins his heat. Each group follows through the speedy SuperEnduro track in suit.
Taddy is aggressive as always for them SuperEnduro days.
As the evening progresses, the slow or unlucky are getting knocked off one after the other. But not these 8. These are the fastest athletes of the evening so far. In the semifinals, Gomez crushes the course and beats out Blazzusiak in the first group. Then in Group 2, training partners Bolt and Lettenbichler go toe-to-toe. But Bolt gets the advantage and takes the win. So it's these Fantastic Four headed into the final. Off the start, Gomez gets the hole shot. The fearsome foursome battle over the track. They enter the factory handling the course with ease, which makes sense. Each athlete is a SuperEnduro world champion. Bolt is the 2020 winner. Blazzusiak took the title 6 times, and Manny is a former World Juniors winner. The 4 Hard Enduro horsemen gallop across the final obstacles. But it's the high-flying Spanish superstar Alfredo Gomez with the super final win.
Really happy for my win, and then for the organizer also, who could make this very happy.
You literally can see like the enduro community is big in Poland, and yeah, it's definitely always nice to come here.
The starting order is now set for the Extreme Cross Country Race Day 2 final here at Hero Challenge.
And we lost him.
Lovely! Lovely that they prepped the track. It's gonna be prime tomorrow.
This track, it's not easy. It's a lot faster than normal because we usually have just obstacle after obstacle, whereas this we've got a lot faster stuff.
Some motocross sections, you know, then we've got some hard enduro in it, we've got some super enduro in it, we've got some single tracks in it, so a little bit of everything.
To be 3 hours on the bike is super tough for the mind, especially more than the physical part. Maybe after 1.5 hours, everybody is destroyed because the rhythm and the pace is gonna be so high, but you have to keep accelerating as much as possible.
The intensity of the race is completely different. Hard enduro, we go more on the technical side. Here it goes more on the fast side, so it's a completely different preparation.
The setup is for sure different. Harder suspension, more like of aggressive setup for the bike in general, for engine-wise, just to give it more power out of the corners. And we went a little bit faster with the gearings, put some harder tires on just to keep it fresh for like 3 hours of racing in a kind of a sandy dirt.
Some people who ride motocross would maybe think that a 4-stroke would be a good choice of bike. You're staying on a 2-stroke like most of the guys. Can you explain us why?
Yeah, usually I'd be jumping on the 4-stroke straight away. I really enjoy riding 4-strokes and riding motocross on 4-stroke. And to be honest, I was surprised, but I was faster on my 2-stroke than I was on the 4-stroke. So at the end of the day, you can't really argue with the clock.
It won't be a tough race because the speed, everyone will be having the same speed.
After 1.5 hours, everybody is destroyed because the rhythm and the pace is gonna be so high. But you have to keep accelerating as much as possible.
Good morning, everybody. It's Sunday, it's race day. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. This race is going to really grind them down. Overall, we've got 7 laps to complete the Hero Challenge. There's going to be a little bit of fuel strategy. I think they're going to do 3 laps, check how much they've used, and then possibly do 4 to the finish line. But let's see.
We're not really sure how long the lap's going to take. I think we're probably going to do an early pit stop the first time and just kind of gauge how much fuel we use and then decide whether to do 1 more or 2 more.
I've decided to put a bigger tank on for this race because it's 3 hours. I think I can just do it in 1 stop. So I'm going to stop on lap 3 because it's a 7-lap race. So lap 3, see how much fuel we've actually used, and then hopefully we can just go to the finish from there.
This is the most unique-looking staggered grid setup in the series this year. Day 1 Superfinal winner Alfredo Gomez will lead Tadej Blazusiak, Manny Lettenbichler, Billy Bolt, and the rest of the pack through a 7-lap, 3-hour extreme cross-country extravaganza. Time to grip it and rip it. First across the finish line takes the Hero Challenge title. They explode from the gate like a stampede of wild animals, with Lettenbichler taking the lead. Billy is right behind him, showing why they've been dominant forces in the series this year. Then it's Poland's own Dominik Ozlowski riding in third. Lettenbichler maintains his lead in the Forest Enduro section. But his closest competition finds better lines over the boulders.
So now it's Billy with Dominik Kozlowski in second and Manny in third. Wade Young coming through now.
From a 10th place start, Wade Young has found an early rhythm, shooting his way through the ranks into fourth. Less than a minute back, it's Johnny Walker, Travis Teasdale, Alfredo Gomez, and Mario Roman. But as riders complete the first lap, there's no sign of Polish hero Tadej Blazusiak. He's made a tough decision to bow out of the race due to an existing shoulder injury. Further back, the experts and hobby riders are fighting and flying through the course. As the race progresses, Bolt and Lettenbichler continue to hold first and second through the Enduro cross section.
Manny coming through the Enduro cross, nicely doubled.
It's a hard-fought push through the rocky woods before a necessary pit stop. Fueling strategy is key in a race like this. Making a pit stop at the wrong time could mean losing position, or worse, a place on the podium. Bolt is first back on the track. He's full out through the sandy straightaway. Lettenbichler's in pursuit, and so is a new threat.
Wade Young's gone for 3, so Wade's close reeling. Wade's going to the party. Yoo-hoo-hoo. I like it. Bit of strategy going on.
The South African continues to put pressure on the front runners over the obstacles.
Big fight now. Wade's close right in on Manny. He's going to want to make a pass on him now because he knows that he's still got a fuel. Yeah, so Wade's got through, but Manny's probably let him by because he knows he's got a fuel next time. So Wade needs to pull a good pit stop on him now and really push this one.
And push it he does. Over an hour into the race, Young grinds it up the rutted for a single track with Bolt in his sights. He makes an aggressive pass and guns it down the narrow trails. Just behind him, Bolt skims the rollers as they complete the third lap.
So Wade's coming in for fuel. He's already taken his fuel cap off. Let's see how close this is. He's got the quick fuel in already. There's Billy, and here's Wade. Billy's going to go through, but it looks like he's going to stay into second. He's already ready to go.
This is a perfect example of the risk of refueling. Bolt is now back in the lead. Further back, Johnny Walker is sitting comfortably in 5th. But a fuel stop also affects his position. Mario Roman uses it to his advantage and overtakes the Brit. Ahead of them, Ozlowski is holding steady in 4th. Up front, Bolt floats past the side grass in 1st, with Young breathing down his neck. But as they disappear into the trees, a change is made.
Here we go, lap 4, and it's Wade Young, and then it's Billy Bolt. So Billy has to fuel again this lap. Billy looks like he's a better line. Billy's just got past Wade. Let's see what happens now. Wade going in front again. Mega battle here. This is flipping awesome, guys. Oh, he's gone past. But the back marker's done him. Oh, massive fight on. Billy's lost the front.
And by losing the front, Bolt's left it wide open for Young to let loose. Nearly 3 hours into the race, he's put over 3 minutes between himself and the Brit.
Absolutely tearing this track up. Nice inside there.
There's still a slim chance Bolt can close the gap, but he'll need to be ultra fast with his final lap pit stop. Not only that, Manny Lettenbichler is only seconds behind him, adding extra pressure. Who will come out on top? At the finish line, fans await the exciting outcome. And it's Sherco Dynamo Wade Young sending it off the kicker, taking top spot at Hero Challenge. Nearly 4 minutes later, Billy Bolt soars through in 2nd. And Manny Lettenbichler tears it up in 3rd.
I took a bit of a gamble with not filling on when everyone else fueled. So I didn't have the best start, so I was a bit back, but I knew my pace was kind of good. I'm actually pretty surprised with my speed myself, but I had an awesome day out there. I'm so happy. A big thanks to the team as well for the help.
It was hard. It was. It's just there's such a difference between cruising at a pretty good pace and then pushing at like maximum pace. The difference of kind of how the bike responds and how close to the edge you are is so big, and I just couldn't get close enough to the edge today.
It was so tiring. Like I was so stoked about my whole shot and felt pretty good until like the 5th lap or something like this, and then you definitely could feel, wow, it's super intense for the body and definitely tiring, but only 1 point behind now in the championship, so 1 point is nothing like we saw today, and yeah, I'm trying to get it back next time.
Here are the Hero Challenge final results. It's Wade Young in 1st, Billy Bolt in 2nd, and Manny Lettenbichler in 3rd. Dominik Ozlowski takes 4th place on home soil. Before the race, Lettenbichler was only 1 point ahead of Bolt in the overall standings. Now it's the other way around. Bolt's jumped into 1st with 70 points, Manny has 69, and Young sits in 3rd with 60. Roman is 12 points back in 4th. Can he close that gap as we head to his home country of Spain for the penultimate race of the season? It's the mind-blowing medieval-themed Hispania Hard Enduro. Till then, I'm Troy Mannering saying keep the rubber side down.